This is the RWS Super Mag. You can see how it's deformed there, and you will notice on all of these, well, most of them, they've got the pattern imprinted into the head of the pellet of the jean material. So each of these pellets, it looks like they give the target a good whack, but there you can see it's expanded in the diameter a little bit, and the skirt, has it been crushed down a touch, expanded out a little bit, is deformed quite well. The Super Hollow Point by RWS, the length is shortened by quite an amount. The head is expanded out a little bit, a mushroom effect, deformed quite well, and again it's got the pattern in the head. The Crossman Destroyer, it's quite interesting. You can see there that it's deformed a bit, but when it's tipped over you can make out that the point of the pellet itself that was in the middle of the hollow point, it's turned itself into a pointed pellet, and the ring that was around the outside has folded back a touch, and even the pointed effect. So that one's deformed, I think, as intended by the manufacturers. The Killer, it stayed more or less intact. It has deformed quite well, some mushrooming effect slightly, and the skirt's deformed a little bit, but the main part of the shape of the pellet has remained the same. The Bisley Pest Control, you can see the ring from the out part of the hollow point. That's just flattened down, and the shape of the pellet itself, the length is compressed, so that's deformed okay. The ball, as I've seen in virtually every other time, there's hardly any deformation at all with that. It's probably good enough to shoot again, if anything. The Bisley Magnum, it retained the dome shape a bit there on the head, and it's compressed in length slightly, so that's deformed quite well. And this, the Logan Penetrator, even though it's hardly deformed, it's still got the imprint of the G material all across the top of the head. But as you can see from there, there's virtually no change to the shape, no deforming. That almost is good enough to shoot again. Just plinking, maybe, wouldn't be accurate, but something you could use again. The shape has been retained quite well, if that's something you was looking for. And that one obviously penetrated the furthest, as did the ball, and although the others did make a hole or a very good dent, all the rest performed more or less the same. Clearly the winner as far as penetration is concerned, if that's what you're looking for, is the ball and the Logan Penetrator. And although something like the Super Mag only dented and didn't perforate the material, it's very obvious from this that it did hit the target with quite a bit of force, with the pattern of the material embedded into it and the way it's deformed. Quite a good close range, and equal perhaps to most of the other shapes, hollow points, things like that. And as you see from the speed of the pellets, each individual pellet, there was a variety of weights, variety of speeds, but they all more or less performed quite equal in this instance.